Hey, beautiful soul. I'm so grateful that you are here. If you're new to my channel, then my name is Chaka. I am also new to my channel because I just created it or I manifested it. Yay. I'm the reality alchemist and welcome to this incredibly informative video where I will share with you something that most people are not sharing when it comes to reality creation, timeline jumping, manifestation, whatever it is you want to call it. However, when we are manifesting something new in our life, or when we are starting to shapeshift our identity into something different, then we have many different aspects within our human existence that can feel challenged or threatened by this change, this upgrade. And as with everything that I'm teaching, then everything that I am teaching is from lived experience. So very often when I am transforming myself, when I'm calling new things into my reality, then things can maybe start to become a little bit uncomfortable. So one very important thing that I would like to share about today is the fact that when you start to transform yourself, when you start to merge with your new identity, these beautiful feelings of fear and worry and anxiety can come up in massive waves. And I have come to the understanding that actually it is all coming up because it's ready to be transformed and released. However, it's also coming up because it needs to be felt and it needs to be listened to. Because one thing that most manifestation coaches or mentors or whatever it is that's available out there on the social media or beautiful programs that being offered, you many times see these TikTok videos or YouTube videos or Instagram videos, multi-millionaire in like, I don't know how short of a time. However, if you're standing there and is not having any money on your bank account, then from going from 0 to 1 million or 100,000 or 50,000 can bring up a lot of fear, not to you as a person who is desiring it, however, to your nervous system, to maybe the little child within you, because going out of your comfort zone is not something that's easy for those elements within you. So first of all, it's important that we go in steps. Or if you're like me, you like to take big quantum jumps in your life, then this technique and this awareness is very important because the anxiety, the nervousness, the racing thoughts, questioning is all part of the process. So when we learn how to alchemize what it is that is going on within our field, we also learn how to quantumly operate with these different techniques and technologies, and that can then open up the possibility to a quantum jump or a timeline jump. I know for some people maybe these terms, words, and a way of perceiving reality can be a little bit out there. However, if you are resonating with my voice and if you're resonating with the words that is coming out from my human vessel, then I know that you have a deep desire and interest in elevating your life and transforming your life to the better. And there is some excitement when you hear that everything is possible. It's just a matter of changing your consciousness, and it's just a matter of changing how it is that you're operating in life. So for many years, I was going in this yo-yo effect of manifesting something extraordinary, and then I would then kind of like come into a tornado of a situation that would then snowball me back boom, into something that was sometimes worse of a situation or the same situation where I was before. And I have come to the understanding through lived experiences that actually that was all projected from my mind because there was part of me. First of all, my nervous system was not feeling 100% safe in the process of these rapid expansions. So there would be unconscious behavior from my side that was then grasping me from that future timeline back into where I was before. And I was going in this yo-yo effect of like manifesting crazy things and then kaboom, coming back, And I'm sure that you have experienced the same. So here is some amazing tips, but also amazing rituals and practices that you can start to implement in your own life. Because whenever you are, let's say, coming into this momentum, it's like, oh my God, I'm just manifesting all of this. And then 1 week later, you're like all these worry thoughts, your mind is starting to question, like, how am I even gonna do this? How am I gonna meet these people? How am I gonna align with these clients or this new house or whatever it is? And it is so important that we sit down in those moments and truly listen to those thoughts. And for years, I was one of these people who told, just think positive, like just override that negativity with the positive and be in the present moment and like just sit there and affirm, I'm a millionaire. I mean, obviously I am, but you get it, So nothing bad is gonna happen if you start. And now there's a beautiful butterfly coming into my room. Wow. Hey, you wanna come and say hi? Okay, back to the video. So obviously you're not gonna manifest, or the fears, if you honor the fears, the worries, the anxiety, it's not that they're gonna come into your life and implement like you have ordered a pizza from Domino's. No. Many people are like, yeah, but I can't focus on like whatever worries that I have within my my mind, within my heart, But actually, here's the gold nugget. When you sit down and start to fully alchemize what it is that you have within the mind and within the heart, start to listen to that voice. Start to listen to the fears and the worries, because they have something profound to say to you. And if you're interested in learning more about this and going into in-depth about manifestation, timeline jumping, and how to work with the quantum field and the fourth dimension, then I would love to support you in this, and you can always reach out. However, if it's happening right now in this present moment in time and space, then allow yourself to sit down and listen and ask yourself, why is this here? Why am I doubting? And the mind probably comes and say, I'm afraid about the future. The unknown is highly scary for me. Who is behind those words? Is it that little chakra that is within? Because for me it was. The little child within me was so scared. How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? And when we then come into close contact with that side of us, with all of the fears and worries, we can create harmony and unity, and we can start to show up for that part of us. We can start to be there with so loving, tender care and be like, hey, I'm not leaving you. I'm going to be here and support you through this massive transformation of an expanding, of a quantum pivot far beyond your wildest dreams. However, we need to have the full scope of our self-wit, and we need to feel safe in the process. So do everything you can to include all aspects of yourself when you're transforming and manifesting. Do everything you can to honor the worry, the fear, the part of the mind that's actually not feeling safe. that has all of the questions, that's just like snowballing downhill, and you can just see the thought patterns like, oh my God. And it's like implementing into emotions and just vibrating fear and worry in your auric field is not magnetic, it's creating a whole tapestry of blockages around you. So when you learn to work through those elements of gold, which is coming up in the process of manifestation, transformation, timeline jumping, whatever it is that you are into, then it's just so important to have all of these awarenesses, because there's nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with the process that I don't know what kind of process you're engaging in, but feeling the feelings that you're feeling is just so right. And this is the gold, because when you go through the process of feeling all of those feelings, they're coming up to be released and to work with. And they're here as your goal to be alchemized. So really honor yourself in the moment and be like, oh my God, great. I'm feeling like crap. It's amazing. Like this is really the goal for me, to transform and pivot and to elevate out from this. Because if you do not take the time, at least a couple of times a week, to sit down, remember your daily meditation, because everything is a projection, a holographic reflection out from the mind, So if you don't take that time, then no wonder that you're not seeing the results, which is your birthright, But all of this is coming because it's like pure gold and perfection. So keep going. You're doing really good with all of your manifestation. And if you need some extra support, then I'm definitely here to guide and support you to the highest of timeline that you have ever lived. Okay, go out there and have the most extraordinary day, because it is waiting for you. I love you.